The intro's over. Today is going to be a good day. I promise you of that. Now, if you follow the vlogs, you'll know that I love to modify cars. In fact, I don't think I've ever kept any of my cars as standard. I do have a bit of a modifying bug, and this video is absolutely no exception. It takes us nicely onto the Cayman S, the Cayman 987 that I have, the blue one, as you saw in the intro. It's a beautiful little sports car, but I think it just lacks that meaty, grunty, throaty exhaust sound. And when I bought the car, I knew it was going to be one thing that I just had to change, because a Porsche needs to have a grunty, throaty, meaty, you know, a bit of a racy sound, and it just doesn't have any sound at all. In fact, let's cut now to the sound of the standard exhaust. So after doing a lot of research on exhausts online, I read a lot of reviews and watched a lot of YouTube videos, listened to a lot of YouTube videos about an exhaust called Carnewal. And this thing seems to make some pretty damn sexual noises. And I soon came to the conclusion that this was the exhaust that I absolutely had to have on the Cayman. Now, the way the Carnewal exhausts work is that you send your exhaust off to Belgium. It's a guy called Gert in Belgium. So you send your exhaust to him, he sends you back a modified exhaust. And this is where we have a problem. My exhaust is cracked. I'm gonna get my knees dirty. There's a crack right there. See the crack? Unfortunately, that's probably going to be blowing air as well, so it's not going to be contributing to performance. So I can't send my exhaust to Gert in Belgium because he won't accept it, basically. So what I have to do is find a suitable exhaust, find a good condition exhaust with relatively low miles that I can actually send to Gert in Belgium. And I've just found one in Sheffield. Road trip. Don't come in the garage. I said don't come in the garage. Okay, so we've got the exhaust back now. This is the exhaust which I picked up from Sheffield. It's in the garage now. This right here is the new exhaust from Carnewal. Well, it's not a new exhaust, it's a reconditioned exhaust that they modify, and they will actually, that's what they do, and they'll give it a better sound. But this is the exhaust which I picked up. Now, in theory, this would be the exhaust that I've taken off my car. And if we have a look inside this box here, get rid of all this crap. That they've already removed the centerpiece of the exhaust. So what they've essentially done is just sent me that bit up to here and that bit up to here. So they haven't included the center bit, which I can take off this exhaust and obviously put onto my new exhaust. Now, what it does mean is I've got to take all of these rusty bolts off. Look at all these the rust on these bolts. So I'm going to have to do my best on these to get these off, and then I've got to get these boxed, put them in the same box and send them back to Belgium. These ones will fit in with this center pipe, and I'll put these ones back on the car when I'm done. Alright, so I've come to the conclusion that these bolts are just not going to come off with standard socket sets, but I should be able to get them off with this little sucker. And if you think what I'm doing here is very unsafe, well, you might be right, but at least I've got the glasses on, and safety is in my top 10 priorities, so don't worry, I've got it covered. There we go. So that's one part of it. And then we just need to work on getting this off the other part, which should be pretty easily done. And then we're good to send this back off to Belgium. Okay, so now I'm going to take the old exhaust off, put the new exhaust on, and at the end of the video I'll be going through a full cost analysis, so I'll be telling you exactly how much this installation costs. Okay, so I'm going to cut the DIY right there because I'm a bit conscious that I don't want this to turn into a DIY guide on how to remove the Cayman exhaust. There are a lot of guides online, a lot of guides on YouTube on how to do that, so that's not what this channel or not what this video is all about. So the Carnewal exhaust is now on the car. Let's quickly jump to see what it sounded like before the Carnewal was installed. And now let's jump to what it sounds like with the Carnewal exhaust. Oh my god, it's so cold, but the moment of truth has arrived. The exhaust is on the car, and this is gonna be it. Cold start. Sounds meatier. I don't really want to rev it too much yet because we're still in the early stages of the engine start, so we'll let the engine warm up a bit and then we'll take it out on the open road and see how we get on. Well, it certainly sounds to have a much deeper tone. Oh yes, that sounds good. You probably can't pick it up on the audio on the little camera that I'm using right now. I'll try and fix that soon enough for you. I think this is going to be really at its best when I get it out onto the open road though, so let's head to the hills. Sounds amazing. Sounds beautiful. Sounds like a GT3. Oh! Oh! Once we get up to 4.5 to 5,000 RPM, this thing comes alive. 4,000, 5,000. Oh! I am very, very impressed. If you're buying a Carnewal to make the car go quicker and to get any extra brake horsepower out of it, I would probably say don't bother, because one of my questions would have been, is it any quicker? Do you feel that it gives you any extra brake horsepower? And to be honest with you, the chances are you may feel like you're getting more horsepower from it, but what's happening in reality is that you're just driving faster, you're putting your foot down more, you're wanting it to get to the 4.5 to 5,000 RPM rev band, in order to hear that beautiful GT3 exhaust tone. So I don't think it is going to make the car any quicker, but you certainly tend to drive it quicker. Now with regards to miles per gallon, I've read online that you may well get an extra 2 or 3 miles per gallon out of the exhaust, but to be honest with you, if that's what you're going for, then just don't bother. Don't even bother buying a Cayman, because you get the most out of this car when you're actually putting the foot down and not looking at the miles per gallon. I have no idea what the miles per gallon is on this car. I've never once checked. So I can also categorically confirm that there is absolutely no drone as well when driving at speed, or when cruising along at say 2,500, 3,000 RPM. There's no drone at all, which is excellent news. And is it worth the money? Well, in my eyes, I would say absolutely yes. I'm going to work it out in a moment and you'll see on screen exactly how much it costs. So I don't have the exact figure right now, but I would say yes, absolutely 100%. I think it's probably going to be in the £500 to £600 area. But paying £500 or £600 to put a smile on my face as wide as a Cheshire cat, well, that's worth every single penny. Could this be, just could this be, the single greatest modification on a Porsche Cayman 987? I just think it might be. Oh. God, she's so dirty, so dirty. So dirty, but sounds so good.